Hello my gorgeous people, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's from the 10th until the 16th of December. So this is my weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's from the 10th until the 16th of December. And I'm going to start, of course, with the zodiac sign of Aries. Aries, this is going to be a week where you're actually going to find yourself being very much so close and very much so inspired by somebody in particular. There is a certain person that will have a lots of business energy around them, lots of like a success energy around them, somebody who's also having like a rather quite nice work-life balance around them as well. But most of all, this person will inspire you, and there is something very interesting that is actually going to happen to you this week. There is something very interesting that is actually going to manifest this week. There is going to be a very interesting new beginning, and this new beginning is directly going to come from this particular person. Okay, so it's going to be a really rather nice breath of a fresh air when it comes to this week, because this week it's not only going to be about you being really busy, quite busy week indeed, which is going to affect your balance a little bit, but on another hand, this is going to be the beginning of something really new and really big, and it's also going to shake you up really in the best possible way. On another hand, you are going to hear from somebody this week who you actually haven't heard in a really long time, somebody who means to you a lot, somebody who's part of your life, somebody who used to be part of your life quite a lot in the past. So there is a blast from the past that is going to become rather significant also for you this week. On another hand, please try to drink lots of water, because you're gonna feel quite dehydrated this week. So you're gonna need to drink lots of water, and this is going to be something that is just going to be very beneficial for you, because this is going to be slightly like a negative area when it comes to your health. On another hand, you know, when it comes to like energy levels and things like that, this is going to be quite great. For those of you that are actually in relationship, my Aries, my beautiful babies, you know, you need to be careful, because there is a little imposter that is going to be revealed. Somebody is going to affect your partner, therefore you're going to be affected by this as well. And the reason why your partner is going to be affected by this person is because your partner is not going to believe that something like this is actually able to happen by somebody like this. So your partner is going to be a little bit like kind of upset, a little bit affected by this particular situation, and this is why your partner is going to need a little bit of your help. Your partner is going to need a little bit of your help, and this is going to be really good, because this is all your partner needs in order to have a control over the whole situation. So there is just a little bit of a tricky situation that your partner is going to go through, and your partner is just going to need a little bit of your help. On another hand, when it comes to those of you that are actually single, this is not going to be the perfect week, or this is not going to be the best week to actually go out and find someone, because you're going to find yourself like focusing on the different things and focusing on the new beginnings, and this is exactly what I mentioned before. And there is a little problem is going to come to an end, you know, a little negative situation is going to come to an end, and especially when it comes to you, Aries, and especially when it comes to the last 8 months, there was a certain situation that just didn't work out for you, and it was just rather kind of bothering you. So there's a big problem that is also coming to an end this week, and that big problem is just going to put a bigger smile on your face, and it's just going to give you, again, the control over the whole situation, and new power and new motivation. So this is where you're going to find yourself at. You're going to find yourself like being motivated towards the new things in life, towards the new beginnings and things like that. And this is in general going to be really busy week. Now when it comes to the actual second sign that I'm going to say, it's going to be Taurus. Now Taurus, this is going to be the week when you're going to kind of start getting your focus back. You will be able to kind of see things crystal clear. There's certain things that were just kind of like confusing you in the last few weeks, certain things that were kind of making you really uncertain about the new direction in your life. But not that long ago, just like about a few days ago, there was a certain person that surprised you a little bit. You were surprised by the certain person in the best possible way. It was a really good surprise, and there is something very interesting that is actually going to come out of it, a really interesting and powerful idea. As I said, this is going to be the week when you will be able to focus, and when it comes to the actual finances and the financial situation, this is probably going to be one of the best weeks, because the things are going to start looking really well here indeed. I can see you spending a lot this week. I can see you being out. I can see you like buying things, getting things. I can see you really enjoying yourself this week, and that's absolutely brilliant thing to do, because you deserve to take care of yourself. You deserve to buy things for yourself. You deserve to reward yourself indeed, and this is exactly what you're going to be doing this week. Okay, and also what else I was going to say, there is going to be like a really also this week a little bit of a moment you're gonna have, because it is just the old worry is going to come back, and this old worry that is going to come back, the old problem that is going to come back, the old negativity that is going to come back, it's pretty much so connected to where you live, and it's pretty much so connected to the fact that you would want to, or you would need to make a certain change that is really, really big in order to move on with a certain aspect of your life. So there is an old problem that is going to come back, but as I said, the fact that you're actually going to have a clear focus, you will be able to concentrate in a completely different way, and this concentration is going to help you to see things crystal clear. And now the fact that you're going to be able to see things crystal clear is going to actually help you to kind of come up with a completely different solution. So the new solution to an old problem is going to come through, new solution to an old problem is going to come forward, and that in itself is going to have a really nice impact on you, and it's just going to make you feel like your own literal rebirth that you are going to have. For those of you that are actually in relationship, I just need you to kind of like be a little bit careful, because there is a negative situation that your partner is also going to be facing. The negative situation that your partner is going to be facing is going to make you feel your partner hasn't done his or her best, you see. And this is why you're just going to need to kind of like help with the energy levels a little bit, because I can see that the partner is going to have a little bit of problems of like a courage, their own personal courage and their own personal self-esteem. This is going to be like a little bit unbalanced. So my beautiful Taurus, is just try to get something nice for your partner, buy something nice for your partner, because you're going to be buying things for yourself this week. You're going to be like having a great time, and that's absolutely perfect. But I suggest just to maybe get like a little presents for your partner, or surprise your partner with something really, really nicely, something that your partner doesn't expect, okay? And what else I was going to say is that for those of you that are single, now my beautiful Taurus, is for those of you that are single, there is something really powerful going to happen, really powerful moment you are going to have this week. You're gonna start feeling very drawn to someone, you're gonna start feeling very close to someone, you're gonna start feeling very attracted to somebody who is just going to have an amazing impact on you when it comes to your energy levels, when it comes to the way you feel, when it comes to your optimistic side of life, when it comes to your life in general. There is a wonderful person that is going to come through, wonderful person that is going to come forward, and above all, this is going to be really nice looking person, really interesting person, really powerful person that is about to enter your life. But above all, it's not only about the way they look, but the actual energy of this person is going to be really strong, and it's going to have an amazing impact and influence on you that is just going to make you feel so happy and so excited about yourself. And then later on, step by step, you're going to start, this person is going to start reveal themselves, to you, and you're just going to start like kind of feeling closer and closer to this particular person. But prepare to meet someone very, very interesting this week. And this is for those of you Tauruses, my babies, that are single. Now the third sign is going to be Gemini. Now Gemini, my beautiful babies, there is a really important decision that you're going to need to make this week. This important decision goes a really long way back. This important decision is not just something since yesterday. This important decision, it's not only about you, but it's involved other people, and it involves other situations. So you just need to get this right. You just need to make sure you get this one right. And this is why this week is going to be very interesting, because you are going to be dealing with a really important decision, and that decision is pretty much so to do with the judgment. And also previously there were other people that were connected to this decision, and other people had to kind of put their own impact in, and now this is all boiling down to you. Now this is going to be up to you. So an important judgment that you are going to make, you're going to need to be very wise. You're going to need to not rush into any decisions. You're going to need to step back from the situation and just think about the whole picture if you're unsure, because I can see a little bit of unbalance here. I can see a little bit of uncertainty, and I can see the feeling that you are going to have like you need to go to get some kind of advice. I can see you going forward to meeting someone really important in your life who is going to be able to give you this wonderful advice, and that advice is going to in turn into your own personal judgment that is going to become a very good and very powerful starting point. And this is all to do with the period of time when you had your own crisis, with the period of time when you had your own calamity, and with your period of time when you weren't able to release negative things out of your life because you were just waiting for the right moment. So this is the time where you were unable to kind of be yourself, unable to feel yourself, unable to kind of just be yourself, basically. So this is why this is going to be important. And that, on another hand, is going to lead towards your own completion this year. That is going to be very, very interesting, because after that moment the whole new creation is going to come forward. In fact, when it comes to those of you that are in relationship and with the partners, there is something really huge, a huge opportunity that is going to come through. And that opportunity that is going to come through, it's also going to be the new beginning of the whole new creation. And this is just something that you can only do if you really love your partner. This is something that you can only do if you want to go on to the next stage of this, you know, in your life with your partner. And this is only something you can do only if you really trust your partner and your partner trust you. All I can say is, for those of you that are in relationship, I mean, this is going to be the week when you're actually going to have, you're going to feel your own personal adventure. You will want to feel an adventure. You will want to go through an adventure. You will want to start something new. So please go for it. There is also going to be a situation that is going to arise as a couple to you both. It is going to be some kind of situation that is going to arise completely out of the blue. And it's going to require a little bit of your bravery, a little bit of your, you know, naughtiness and things like that. So just go for it, go for it, go for it, because this is going to be a brilliant time for an adventure. However, great time for the couples. Okay, when it comes to the actual people that are single, Gemini that are single, this is also going to be a powerful time of the realization. I know there is a lot going to be happening when it comes to the finances, financial situations for Gemini in general, because this week is going to be quite good, and it's going to require from you like to focus on your professional life and in your finances and things like that. But on another hand, it's a great realization. There is a really powerful realization that you are going to have, Gemini. This is very strictly for those of you that are single, because it's going to help you a lot to release and let go and say bye-bye to people in your life who don't like you anymore, all the people in your life who you're kind of focusing on. You fancy them and you shouldn't be fancying them because your spiritual journey came to an end with them. However, important realization for those of you single Gemini who are going to have a very important moment here, because after that moment you will be able to move on with your life. And after you're able to move on with your life, then you just automatically at the same time you allow other people, other lovers, other partners to come into your world. Okay, the next sign is going to be Cancer. Now, Cancerians, my little babies, now this is when your strength is going to come in. This is when your power is going to come in. And the reason why is because you're going to have your own wheel of fortune. Now, there is a very strange situation that is going to happen to you, really bizarre situation that is going to happen to you. And you know, it's a lot to do with the wheel of fortune, and it's a lot to do with the way the wheel of fortune happens in our lives at different stages. It all depends. December is going to be big for you in general. December is going to be important for you in general. So when we have something big like a wheel of fortune, which is completely connected to the tarot card number 10, it's just really, really strong and powerful time, and it's a strong indication that something really strange is going to happen. An unusual situation is going to happen. You're going to be surrounded by other people, and you finally, it's not finally, but suddenly you're going to find yourself like feeling drawn towards the something new, something brand new in your life. But this will require a little bit of your bravery. This will require you to be active, to be brave, and to just go for it. And also that is on another hand going to kind of bring you a new realization about yourself, and that realization is going to make you react in a slightly different way. And the way you're going to react, you're going to realize that it's a very powerful a realization as it's coming, and the realization that is going to come, it's the fact that there's a big problem, huge, a massive problem is coming to an end, and the massive problem that is coming to an end is connected to you, and it's very much so connected to the other people in your lives. And this is going to be followed by an unexpected event which is going to make you to react in a certain way, in a way which you would never react normally. And you're going to get kind of, this is what I say, that you're just going to get kind of drawn towards this new stage in your life. And this is brilliant because the new turning point is bringing you the new changes. The new turning point is bringing you the new energy. The new turning point, it's just going to bring you a new option. And that option is just going to be so much so connected to the actual departure, so much so connected to the actual journey, and it's just going to be connected to the certain absence that you are going to have. The certain absence is going to be connected to this situation, which means that after you go on the certain trip, after you go on a certain journey, but by the time you come back, this situation is just going to kind of start coming into an effect full on, whether you expect it or not. Expect this week to be very interesting. When it comes to the actual couples, this is a quite good week for the couples, because it's all about the power that your partner is going to have, the power that your partner is going to have. Your partner is going to have a really great accomplishment, really great power, really great realization of what have they done so far. Financially, they're gonna feel really good. They're gonna feel really proud of themselves, and that on another hand is just going to have a really wonderful influence in you, and a really wonderful influence and impact on both of you and your relationship. So this is going to be great, my little Cancerians, because it's just going to be an authority feeling, but a really good authority feeling, you know. And it's just really wonderful when we get like a breath of fresh air when it comes to like a motivation. This is the whole new beautiful motivation is going to come through, and of course you're both going to be benefiting from this, indeed. Okay, and for those of you Cancerians that are actually single, for those of you Cancerians that are actually single and ready to mingle, you know, there is someone very, very wealthy that is going to manifest around you. There is someone very powerful that is going to manifest around you, and there are other people going to be around you, okay? I can see you this month in general. It's going to be rather a social month. You're going to be meeting quite a few people. This week, you're going to meet quite a few people indeed. But there is somebody in particular that is going to come through. There is somebody in particular that is going to come forward, okay? And you're going to start feeling very, very drawn to this particular person. And they are going to start talking to you first. And all I can say about this person is just someone really, really successful, and someone who is very materialistic, but not in a bad way materialistic, if that makes any sense. Somebody who is very stable, and somebody who is having a very strong and powerful energy, and somebody who makes you feel really good about them, and somebody you haven't kind of come across before. I thought that would be a very important thing to say. So prepare to meet someone very, very significant this week, my Cancerians. Okay, so the next sign is going to be Leo. Now, Leo, I remember when I said like last week that you know it is all going to be about you feeling really optimistic and you feeling really good about yourself, because the health is going to start improving. And I'm talking about the health that's been bothering you for a while. I'm talking about the long-term health. I'm talking about the health when it comes to your skeleton. I'm talking about the health when it comes to your bones in general. I'm talking about your health when it comes to your actual circulation. I'm talking about your health when you actually lost a little bit of confidence because of your health, but also you've lost a little bit of energy. You know, it's the one big circle that everything was affected. And I said to you that the last week you're going to start feeling like so much better when it comes to your energy. Now this is the continuation of the last week, my beautiful Leos, and I think that's absolutely brilliant. This is a powerful week for you, very spiritual indeed. Your number this week is 7. You've got a number this week is 7, which means that the actual connection in between you and your angels and your spirit guides is going to be very, very strong. So expect like a little messages every now and then, and expect to kind of feeling drawn to the certain words in your head, certain words in your mind, and the certain words are going to be the direct communication from your spirit guides and from your angels. However, this week, the bottom line is that this week is going to be brilliant when it comes to long-term health, because you're going to start feeling so much better. But on another hand, there is a very beautiful experience that you are going to have this week. Somebody is going to be really kind to you, kind in a really beautiful way, and that is just going to shake you up in the best possible way. When I say shake up, that is just going to make you kind of realize something really really important about your life, but it's also going to make you realize that people don't live forever. We don't live forever. This particular life is really short for everybody, not just Leos, but for everybody. This life just goes like this. But the bottom line is that we live many lives. This is not the only life we live. And that's why we live and learn. We live and learn. And this is the way our spirit actually evolves. So this is going to be an important time for you, because you are actually going to also have a really nice materialistic gain. There is a materialistic, on another hand, there is going to be a materialistic gain that you are going to have, and that materialistic gain is just going to be going to come with a little test. Okay, any materialistic gain you have or anything like that is going to come with a little test, and little test is that you need to give a little bit something to someone. You need to help someone who needs money. I'm not saying that you're not helping people or anything like that, but karmically this is going to be the strong week, and I have a very strong indication this is exactly what you need to do. So somebody who is less unfortunate, try to help them. Okay, on another, and because this is going to be really good week for materialistic gain when it comes to you, my beautiful Leos. On another hand, that is just going to give you the certain security that you didn't have for a while. That is going to make you that is also going to give you the certain certainty. You're going to become certain about the uncertain situations or uncertain areas in your life, because there are big changes that you wanted to do in a little while, but you just didn't do it. You were just waiting for the right moment. Now this week it's going to be the reward of your experience, and this is going to be good because it's going to motivate you, and it is going to bring you a big resolution of a problem that was there for a long time. It's going to come to an end. Now, when it comes to those of you that are in relationships, it's like, it's not a good week. For those of you that are in relationship, it's not a good week, because it's just like a kind of, it's a little bit of negative situation that you are going to need to talk to your partner. Okay, there's a certain situation, something negative is going to come through, something negative is going to come forward. I'm not saying it's really, really bad, but it is the negative situation that is connected to a little bit of deception, or maybe connected to a little bit of obscurity and trickery and dishonesty. And this is why this is how you're gonna feel this, and this is what you're gonna need to sit down and discuss with your partner, what this is and where these feelings and where this energy is coming from. It is also connected to the certain feelings that you had for the last 6 or 7 months, and certain worries and certain fears that you had when it comes to your partner. I'm not saying in no way that your partner is cheating or sleeping around, but it's just that your problems and your feelings and your emotions are going to be very much so around this subject. So you're just gonna kind of like, if you're unsure about your partner, sit down with them, have a chat, discuss, or if there are certain areas that you're unsure when it comes to your partner, this is the perfect time to discuss, because as I said, you're gonna go with this particular energy, you're gonna go with this particular sync. If you go with this particular sync of energy, then it's just so much more is going to come out of it. So it's going to be maybe the time to just talk a little bit and sort things out. When it comes to those of you Leos that are actually single and ready to mingle, it is just that all the lava is gonna come back. Somebody from the past is gonna come back. The blast from the past is gonna come back and say, hello, can we kiss? It's just like, basically, this is just, I don't think that this is going to be the right person. I'm sorry, but there is an old lava that is gonna come to try to come back, but this is not the right thing to do. Sometimes it's the right thing to do. Sometimes it's not the right thing to do. Sometimes we are meant to be with that person for all our lives, but sometimes, like especially like in a situation like this, I would say like, just stay away. This life is too short to keep on going back to people who never made us happy. This life is too short to keep on going back to people who just never meant to be with us. And also, this life is too short to keep on going back to people whom our spiritual journey together ended. And this is exactly what happened. But what is going to bring, it is going to bring a really powerful reflection on the past, that is going to bring an insight, and this is going to be powerful time and powerful realization that you're actually going to have. Okay, the next sign that I'm talking about, it is going to be Virgo. Now Virgo, this is all about the strength and power. The strength and power you're going to have this week, that is going to bring a certain movement, that is going to bring a certain energy, that is going to awake you, re-energize you, and make you feel really good about yourself. This is the week when you will want to just kind of like like just take care of yourself, just make sure you eat the right diet, and you will really enjoy this, you know, work-life balance, and things like that. You will be focusing a lot on your fitness routine. You'll be focusing a lot on your health, on your fruit, on your vegetables, on your smoothies, and things like that. This is going to be an important week for that, and you're gonna like it. I'm not saying you're not focusing normally on these things, my beautiful Virgos. Of course you are. You're beautiful. No, of course I'm not saying this, but sometimes we just have this certain energy on our side, which is just like a part of the slightly different dimension, and that part of the slightly different dimension just helps us to and makes us to be even more ecstatic and more excited about certain things in life, more excited about certain stages in life. And this excitement brings the whole new energy, which just makes us realize things about ourselves, and this realization will bring something else new, something completely different, not even related to this. But I cannot stress enough how important this week is going to be. On another hand, my beautiful babies, you also have a lucky number this week. Your lucky number is number 3. I said to you, and I'm gonna say it again, try to write it on your hand, try to write it on a little bit of paper, try to have number 3, be closely connected to number 3, because you're going to be even more drawn to that particular number, which on another hand is going to make even more in sync. On another hand, also, there is a huge, massive problem coming to an end. I can't stress enough, this is very much so to do with you, with your emotions, with the way you feel, and with the blockage, with a certain blockage of emotions. Therefore, there was a big reason why you blocked yourselves from feeling completely happy, or why you blocked yourself from being completely happy, because you were just focusing on a certain stage in your life, to reach the certain stage, and you just went for it completely, and you realize that you have to like kind of sometimes just like ignore certain things, that sometimes there are other things that are more important that we have to deal with, and then we come back and then we deal with everything else. Now, this is how I think that you Virgos are going to have this week indeed. Resolution of a big problem is going to come to an end, a conclusion is coming through, which is going to bring on another hand solace and healing, and it's a satisfactory result indeed. And that in itself is going to make you feel fulfilled. And it's also going to inspire you. There's a whole new inspiration that is going to come through. Art and things like that, that's going to be very significant. You're going to feel very artistic indeed. But also the big, like a long ailment when it comes to the certain problems, a long ailment that you had for a while, certain illness, it's also going to come forward. There is going to be reason, the actual reason to celebrate with the people in your life, to celebrate with your friends, and to celebrate with the people who means to you a lot indeed. There is a very beautiful gathering of people that you are going to start, that you are going to have, not have necessarily this week, but there is going to start conversation with the people who mean to you completely, your best friends and things like that, and you will want to gather, and you will want to like kind of like a meet up, you know, to kind of celebrate. On another hand, you know, there is going to be a sudden change that you're also going to have. Now, the sudden change that you're going to have, it is just going to be related to not your emotional life in general, but it's just going to be connected to your work. It's going to be connected to the certain direction, and there is just that somebody is going to do something that is going to affect you and affect your way of work and affect your way of thinking, and there is going to be a realization that you're going to have, and that realization is just going to push you towards like a sudden change. But this change, it's not going to be good necessarily, because it's just going to it's going to be a little bit confusing, because it's just going to kind of make you step back and just redo certain things in your life. Step back and redo the certain points. Step back and focus on the certain areas, the certain points, and the certain directions in your life. And this is also very much so connected to January 2018 and February 2018 are strongly connected to this particular problem. And so this, what's going to happen is just that you will just want to go back and just see what did you miss, what you need to focus on, what you need to do again, and what you need to focus on again in order to just carry on with your spiritual journey. An important time indeed, because this is going to be like the new beginning of some kind of adventure that you are going to have, and also especially when it comes to the partners as well and people in relationship. It's a lot about the new beginning, and it's a lot about the new adventure, because there is something wonderful that you are going to start here. here. A really big initiative that is going to start. A really big initiative that is going to bring a really wonderful enthusiasm to you and your partner. And that in itself is going to be like at the beginning, the whole beginning of the new adventure. So something is going to be born here. Something really powerful, something really strong, and something really significant. And that idea is just going to become one of the most important things in your both lives, especially when it comes to your own relationship. Okay, and also when it comes to those Virgos that are single, ooh la la. Okay, when it comes to those Virgos that are single, this is going to be a really great time because at the same time, a couple of things I want to say quickly. At the same time, there is going to be a very, very important opportunity that you're going to have this week that I didn't mention. Very, very important invitation or opportunity that you are going to have, and this is also going to be complete advancement, of course, for you, and it's going to be challenge at the same time, proposition and challenge at the same time. Now, a powerful time for you Virgos, a powerful week for you Virgos, but what this is going to bring to those of you that are single, there is someone very, very sexy that is going to come through, very, very sexy, very, very interesting, very powerful, is going to come forward, and that person is just going to make you feel really good about yourself, but there is nothing that you will not like about this person. Automatically you're going to feel like ooh, you're going to feel really drawn to this particular person. So there is someone that is going to come through, someone that is going to come forward. This is the bottom line this week. And the way this person is going to manifest in your life is like when certain opportunity comes through comes through for you, okay? So when the certain opportunity, invitation or opportunity comes through, at the same time, there's a certain person that is going to come forward that is going to blow you away. This person is going to be very, very powerful indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to read, it's going to be Libra. Now Libra, you know, this is all about basically it's all about you feeling very harmonious. This is going to be all about you feeling very harmonious, and you all you will be focusing on your family this week a lot. You'll be focusing on the people in your life a lot. This is going to be the week when you're going to actually be spending time quite a lot outside, and you're going to be meeting quite a few people, and I can see you being part of busy. This is going to be really busy week indeed. But on another hand, there is going to be a realization that maybe something is going to come to an end. That particular thing that is going to come to an end is going to make you feel like a partial lost. It's going to make you feel like a little bit of regret that you're going to have. It's something that you were trying to work on, trying to work forward, but it just didn't work. It just didn't work, and it just didn't work. It just basically became like a little bit annoying, and it made your life a little bit imperfect because you moved on with your life, with your life in general. And this is what it happens when we move on with our lives, and sometimes we just keep on leaving certain things behind, and we try until we realize that we just have to move on with our lives and stop trying, because you change, your life changed, our lives changed, our spiritual journey changed. You know, it all depends on our spiritual journey, on our karma and things like that. So the really powerful realization that you are going to have, that is not going to be the best, that is not going to be the most exciting, but hey Libras, it's only going to be this week, it's not going to be forever. But this is really important because this is just something that is going to make you feeling incomplete, and something that is just going to kind of make you realize that it's the new stage for your life. It's coming through. It's basically coming forward. Now, also on another hand, it's just that basically there is a really good realization that somebody in your life is going to have a certain person in your life, like a very close family member, like your child or a brother or a sister or somebody who you love so much, like who is a friend. He's the same energy like a family member. Something very important is going to happen to them, and that's just going to happen to them is just going to mean to them like, oh my goodness, so much, and it's just to do a lot with their own particular struggle, with their own life, and you love them so much, they mean so much to you, and their progress means to you as much as it means to them. So this is going to be a great week for your loved one, and also it's just going to make you feel really deep, and it's going to make you feel really good, and it's going to make you feel really, really happy. And this is on another hand going to bring another balance into your life as well. But there is a really big beginning that is going to happen here. There's a new friendship is going to come through, new friendship is going to come forward, and this is exactly what you need, because this person is going to be a it's going to play a very significant role in your life. Expect a really important advice this week, Libras. Expect a really important advice indeed. Okay, so on another hand, for those of you that are in relationship, this is a brilliant week. Now, for those of you that are in relationships, it's just basically you will want to take your relationship on the next level. You will think about yourselves. You will be drawn to yourself this week quite a lot. You will feel a really strong connection. You will feel a really strong balance. And that in itself, it's also going to make you be drawn towards the spirituality. You will find yourself to talk about the spirituality a lot. You will find yourself both to be drawn to the spirituality and spiritual things, and see where that takes you. Perhaps you're going to need to bring a certain amulet into your life. Perhaps you need to bring a certain plant into your life. Perhaps you need to bring a certain little object into your which just with a certain shape that just brings like a certain energy. It all depends. It is a lot going to be about the spirituality, and you wanted to take your life on the whole next level, but it's a lot to do with the spirituality. And that's brilliant, because only the people and couples who love each other so much can actually get to this point indeed. For those of you that are single, I've got another great news. For those of you Libras that are single, this is a brilliant week, because again, you will have a really great success when it comes to the actual finances, and when it comes to the actual financial situation, when it comes to your career in general. You will not need to worry about that stage of your life, because that is actually going to be good. But there is going to be a certain obstacle that you're going to go through, and there is also going to be the certain challenge that you're going to go through, and the successful negotiation. At the time when you have a successful negotiation, there is someone, it's going to give you a really wonderful energy. Somebody's going to impress you. Somebody's going to make you not to be able to forget about them so much, and you will not be able to tell why to start with. But there is something very important that is going to start here. There is something very important that is going to happen here. There's a very important beginning. But not only you fancying someone, not only you realize that someone really fancy you back, but there is a very big success connected to you both, which means if you end up with this person, when you end up with this person, you are going to kind of feel complete in so many different ways. Okay, a successful combination. Libras, you better prepare to be swept off your feet, because this person is coming, and that person is just going to have an amazing impact and influence on your life. Okay, so now the next sign to talk about is Scorpio. Now, the next sign to talk about is Scorpio. Now, this is a lot about your ancient wisdom. There's an ancient power, an ancient wisdom that is going to come through this week. You're going to start feeling drawn to strange and unusual. Of course, Scorpios, my babies, you're always drawn to strange and unusual. If you're not, then I don't know which sign is, which is absolutely brilliant. I completely get you. Okay, no surprise that you're watching me. okay, but anyway, so this is going to be a brilliant week, because it's going to bring you a new ancient healing and wisdom, and you're going to feel drawn, as I said, to a strange and unusual. Also, on another hand, what else I was going to say is that you're gonna feel like you want to move on with your life. You're gonna feel like you want to do something, learning, reading, focus. Okay, release. It's all about you feeling like about a new concentration, study, and things like that, you see. And this is an important time, because it's just gonna be connected to study, to scholarship, reflection, and respect for knowledge, which is absolutely totally brilliant, important week for those of you that are looking for work, those of you that are looking for a job, you see, because now you're going to have this self-power. You're going to feel this connection that you don't normally feel, and that connection is just going to make you be even more successful with whatever you try or whatever you do this week, Scorpios, my babies. This is so important because it's not only about you deep concentration and study. No, but it's just trying to let you know, I'm trying to let you know that whatever you start this week, you are going to have luck. Whatever you do this week, if you have any negotiations, go for it. If you want to judge something, go for it. If you want to start something new, go for it. If you want to buy something big, go for it. And the bottom line is that this energy is just going to bring you this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful combination of energies, which is just going to have an amazing reflection on you. And as I said, you will be in sync with these other energies, and this is just on another hand going to bring you so much more. And on top of that, you're going to end up with a whole new direction in your life. So I can't explain how important this week is going to be, but also big realization that there is a certain defeat that you're going to have, certain defeat, okay? And that defeat that you're going to have, it is just going to be connected to you realizing that, you know, it's time to also move on from the next stage, move on from the certain areas in your life, move on from those people and those situations in your life that are bringing you down, move away from those people in your life that are making you negative, move away from those people in your life that are keep on bringing you down and keep on affecting your energy field and your energies. This is going to be the realization that something is also going to come to an end, and that particular thing that is going to come to an end is going to be brilliant for you because something really came to an end, that the negativity is connected to that other situation that made you feel like this in the first place. You're also going to have a really interesting opportunity and invitation this week, my beautiful babies, and that opportunity and invitation that you're going to have, it's going to make you feel a little bit scared, a little bit paranoid, but it is going to be a bit of a challenge. But I tell you, just go for it because it's going to be good, it's going to be brilliant, and it's going to be leading towards a big change. For those of you that are in relationship, Scorpio, I need you to be careful. For those of you in relationship, there's something stupid going to arise, something negative is going to arise when it comes to your partner, and you're not going to like it. You're not going to like the decision. You're not going to like what they did, and it's going to make you feel like you're a little bit betrayed, you see. So I just need you to kind of be, you're going to feel also with your partner, sorry, I'm going to tell you how I see and what I see, but you're going to feel like you're walking on a bit of an eggshells when it comes to your partner this week. So it is going to be like a little bit of like a touchy, feely situations that you are going to actually go through. But I just need you to be careful because you are going to have feelings like there is something negative going to arise, and you're going to feel like a little bit betrayed. You're going to feel like a little bit used, and so there is going to be basically just a situation. We're going to need to sit down and discuss certain things with your partner because this is going to be really important later on, and this is something that needs to be discussed. You need to discuss this, you see. So there's going to be an important discussion that you're going to have, and especially you need to talk to your partner if you're unsure about things, you see. Now, when it comes to those of you that are single Scorpios, there is a little buzz that is like gonna come forward. So please be careful. Please don't try to like fall in love this week or something. Like, you know, Scorpios, you don't fall in love literally like all the time every day. But I'm just saying that, you know, be careful because there is somebody very negative gonna happen around you. There is somebody really negative gonna try to use you, and the person is gonna come in you know, in a form of somebody really beautiful, amazing, powerful, but you're Scorpio, you will be able to feel this, you know, you will be able to sense this, the negativity, a little bit of a snake is going to come through and forward, and you are going to be under test. So if somebody really attractive comes through this week, if somebody really sexy and interesting comes through this week and try to do something that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable, please stay away from this situation because there is a person that is just going to come through as a test to you this week. So if you are looking for someone, if if you're single and ready to mingle, you can go out and have fun, but it's most certainly a week to try to stay away from people, especially if they look a little bit too seductive. Okay, so now the next sign is actually going to be Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you are better prepared for something very interesting, because there is a big change that you're gonna start feeling towards her. That big change is connected to your home. That big change is connected to your finances. It's a good change, so it's connected to your home and connected to your finances, but very much so to your home. It's a good change, and it's also, I have to say, connected to your own personal happiness, your own personal joy, your own personal pleasure. And this is going to be really harmonious week and really harmonious time. I know you have also been to quite a lot. I know you didn't have much time to like kind of chill out and have a break and things like that. You have been working a lot. The life has been so busy for Sagittarius. It's, oh my goodness. So this is why this week is so important, because it is going to be a really wonderful readjustment. Whatever you feel this week like you want to do that is out of the ordinary, go for it, please, go for it. Whatever you feel like, you want to go to visit a nearby village, or you want to buy something different, you want to try something different, you want to go to the different restaurant, you know, whatever you feel like you want to do different, try different this week, just go for it indeed. Although what I was going to say is that there is going to be a really good reputation that you are going to have, something that you wanted to go through, something that you wanted to have, the reputation that you are going to have, the really good, powerful reputation is going to be born this week, and other people are going to be pleased with you. You're going to feel really great honor. You're going to have a really good reputation. Your self-esteem is going to be like, ooh la la, but also the wonderful support by the community and people around you are going to have. You're going to feel really proud of yourself this week. What else I was going to say? When it comes to your skin is going to be really, really sensitive, and this is something that I need to say. Your skin is going to be quite sensitive, so try to stick to the natural face wash, natural soaps without any chemicals and things like that, and try to stick to the natural creams instead of those with chemicals. Also, a very, very powerful woman, very powerful lady who's done really well for herself is actually going to give you really good advice this week. So watch for the advice, my wonderful Sagittarius. Now, when it comes to those of you that are in relationship, you and your partner are both going to be going through a very brave situation. It looks like you're both going to be tested. It looks like there's going to be a situation that you're both going to go through, and it's not going to make you feel really good, and it's not going to make you feel too ecstatic, and it's not going to make you feel too happy. It is more going to be like testing testing your love, testing your bravery, testing your capacity, okay? And this is going to be really, really good, because there is going to be an unknown situation that you and your partner are going to go through, and it's going to be wonderful. You're both going to come out of it on top. You're both going to come out of it really powerful. Your relationship is going to be even stronger, and the best of all is that the negative situation that is going to happen to you and your partner, that you're going to need to go through, you're going to need to deal with together, is just going to be the greatest test that you actually had this year, because it's just going to make your relationship even more powerful, okay? And when it comes to those of you that are single, Sagittarius that are single, you see there is somebody a little bit older than you that is just going to come through, going to come forward. There is somebody that is just going to become very interesting to you, and somebody that is going to become very significant in your life, and somebody that you're going to fancy quite a lot. And that person you're going to fancy, as I said, the bottom line is that person is actually going to be a little bit older and a little bit mature. Therefore, they may not even be a little bit older like physically, but they might just look a little bit older. However, you will be drawn to them, you will be drawn to their wiseness, to their intelligence, to their power. So they could be like a wise when it comes to that. However, it's going to be very strong and wise energy when it comes to this person, but also this is somebody who is very, very successful indeed. And spirituality is very strong, but this person is very successful, have done really well for themselves, okay? So now the next sign is actually going to be Capricorn. Capricorn, you see, now you're gonna feel a little bit stressed this week, you're gonna feel like a little bit negative this week, and you're gonna feel a little bit anxious this week. Now that anxiousness and this negative feeling that you are going to have, it's going to be quite good, because you know what, it's going to make you deal with certain problems once and for all. It's going to make you deal with a certain feeling you didn't want to deal with. It's going to make you deal with a certain emotion you didn't want to deal with. It's going to make you do something that you didn't want to do, that you didn't feel comfortable doing, but that's exactly what you need to do in order to move on with your life. So that's why I'm saying that this excessive, little bit overburdened feeling that you are going to have, that is going to bring you a little bit of excessive pressure, is going to be really good, because it's almost at the same time it's going to be your own power, your own energy, your own strength, that is just going to make you to realize that you were kind of focusing on a certain unrealistic imagination, and certain unrealistic imagination that you were kind of focusing on. It's the certain area of your life that you're also going to kind of be able to pinpoint now, and it's also that is just in itself, it's going to bring you a new realization, and that realization is going to have a really strong impact with making a really big change in your life, making a really big step in your life, because this is all going to come from here. I can't stress enough how important this week is actually going to be. The whole new passion is going to come through, the whole new direction is going to be available for you, and that new direction is going to require from you to make a really big change, really big move. But you wouldn't do this so far if you didn't have this particular excessive pressure that made you to actually do this. But this is brilliant, because on another hand, this is going to be a great week when it comes to activity and when it comes to your own determination. There is an important message that you are going to have, an important news that you are going to have about somebody very, very, very significant in your life indeed. And also the beginning of the whole new adventure by the end of that week, okay? And this is for the week from the 10th until the 16th of December. This is really, really good, which on another hand means that this is a great week for negotiations and to buy something big, to buy something new, to start something new, any negotiation or anything like that. If you can do it this week, it will be brilliant. As I said, it's going to be good because you're going to get so much more, or you're going to gain so much more out of it. Okay, so now when it comes to those of you that are in relationship, this is brilliant. Your partner is going to do really well. Your partner is going to do really great. Your partner is going to feel really active this week. Your partner is going to feel really optimistic this week, and that is exactly what you need. That is exactly what is going to reflect on you, and that is exactly the energy, emotions, and the power that you actually need to keep you going. This is going to be brilliant. And also your partner is going to feel a lot of energy this week, lots of power this week. Your partner is going to feel unusually active this week, which means on another hand, this is going to be an incredible week for both of you, because this is going to be also at the same time become the start of the new creation. When it comes to the actual, those of you that are single, now there is a situation where you're going to be surrounded by lots of other people. There are lots of other celebrations, little mini celebrations and things like that you're going to have this week. And there is someone that you're going to get on with so much. There is someone that you're going to get on with like, ooh la la. There is someone that you will want to like kind of get on with even more. And somebody that it just will get on with you on every single aspect, every single stage, a single area in your life that you will want to discuss with this person. It will be absolutely brilliant, and also you will share a really the same identical sense of humor. So there is someone that is going to come through, there is someone that is going to come forward, and it's more going to be like a friendly basis to start with, but that person later on is going to become a really important part of your life. Okay, so now the next sign is going to be Aquarius. Do you know what? You're gonna like start this week with like a little bit of like a feeling of absence and this feeling of sadness and a little bit of sorrow and disappointment. And the reason why is because you were focusing on a certain stage in your life. You were focusing on a certain direction in your life. But you know what? This direction, this is not to do with your feelings. This is not to do with your emotions. This is just to do with something that you were really focusing on that is just going to take slightly longer amount of time. It's going to get there. It's going to take a slightly longer amount of time. So it's going to be good. It's absolutely fine. But it's just going to make you feel a little bit negative and a little bit sad. But that in itself is also going to really reflect on you in such a wonderful way, because it's just going to bring a resolution of a big problem. The resolution of a big problem is going to be connected to the stages of your life that you thought are they going to be like that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, they're not going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to be 4, 3, 2, 1, 5. You see, they're going to be a little bit different. So it is just kind of of a new learning experience, a new curve that you're going to learn to go through. And this will involve a huge change again. Lots of changes when it comes to home, but this will involve a huge, massive change in your life, and you starting to open up to everybody in your life. You starting to open up with those areas in your life that you were just keeping for yourself or other people. Now it's time to just come out open. Now it's time to come out to everybody. Now it's time to just go for it, and go for it. Don't worry about what other people think, just go for it, because you are very, very, also when it comes to your kind of emotions and things like that, you have been very emotional so far. I am keep on saying this, so there are going to be lots of other issues that you're going to be focusing on, but this is going to be something that is going to be a new starting point, and it is going to bring new plans and new wishes in your life, and this is exactly what you need. Sometimes it needs to get a little bit worse in order to get better. So you've got a little bit of everything this week. As I said, there is also going to be a certain request that you're going to have this week from somebody important in your life, somebody who used to be very important but are still important in your life. There's a certain request that you are going to have. On another hand, some kind of invitation and opportunity that you are going to have this week, my beautiful Aquarius, and this invitation and opportunity that you are going to have, it's going to be connected to the certain challenge. You will be able to do it, you'll be fine, you'll be go for it, but it's connected to the certain challenge. Okay, and also now when it comes to those of you Aquarius that are in relationship, now this is brilliant. Your partner is going to do something really big, your partner is going to do something really important, your partner is going to do something really amazing, and you will find your partner even sexy even more. You will find your partner really attractive this week, and I think it will be a lot of boom 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 this week with your partner, to be quite honest, because I can see two people just getting on like, oh my goodness. But it's just something, it's going to stem from the fact that your partner is going to do something really wonderful, and it's going to impress you so much, and you're going to think how mature and responsible and reliable they are, and you're going to love this because you love this Aquarius. And when it comes to those of you that are single and ready to mingle, when it comes to those of you that are single, it's just basically you will be social this week. My goodness, you will be going out a lot, you will be spending time a lot with people, and you're just going to kind of feel a very strong connection when it comes to the actual nature, when it comes to being outside, when it comes to being a connection with the water, connection with the ground. Lots of grounding you're going to go through, but there is also someone that is just kind of going to become the part of your scenario. Somebody very, very spiritual, you're going to come across this week. Somebody very powerful you're going to come across this week. Somebody very interesting you're going to come across this week. And that person is not going to become straight away, oh my God, he or she is amazing, they're amazing. No, but it's just something that's going to be triggered at that point. You will notice this person without even you noticing that you've actually noticed this person. You will see this person, but you will not see this person. So that person will be there. You will see them subconsciously and consciously, but more subconsciously they will be engraved in your mind. Later, that person will pop out again. That person is going to become very significant. That person is going to become very powerful for you and very powerful figure in your life later on. Okay, so now going to the actual Pisces. Now, Pisces, this is the week when you have to be very careful when it comes to finances and financial situation. Little bit of material trouble, not in a bad way. Remember, this is not a monthly reading, this is only a weekly reading from the 10th until the 16th of December. This particular week, be careful with the money, because financially this is not going to be a great time to spend lots of money, lots. So you can spend a little bit, but be a little bit cautious, be a little bit careful, because it's a little bit of financial trouble that you're going to have this week, so you need to be a little bit careful. So try to not buy something too big, try to not to have a too big negotiations this week. After this week it's fine, but not this week. And try not to have a new beginning, try not to buy huge things this week if you can avoid. Try to do it after the 16th of December, because it's the time when the money is just, you're going to be drawn to like kind of maybe like losing a little bit of money and things like that. Also, basically, what else I was going to say, that this is also going to be a great week when it comes to the actual a certain goal that you had, certain goal goal that you had, certain goal that you had is going to start unfolding earlier than you were actually hoping for, the certain goal, and that in itself is going to make you feel really, really creative indeed. So on another hand, this is going to be the week of creativity. Try to avoid buying things, big things, try to avoid doing huge things, but when it comes to the actual creativity, this is absolutely perfect time indeed. Also, you will be able to focus, you will feel really sharp, you will feel really powerful. When it comes to the actual emotional well-being, and when it comes to the actual spirituality, this is going to be the time when you're going to be very, very sharp. Regardless of what I said about the money, financial situations and things like that, this is where the balance was a little bit lost, you see, because on one hand, financially, it's not going to be a good week, but on the other hand, when it comes to your own focus and clarity, this is going to be an absolutely brilliant week, because there is going to be also very powerful realization that you are going to have, and that powerful realization that you are going to have, it's going to come to you out of the blue in the morning, first thing in the morning. Something is going to be on your mind this week. Remember, you've got from the 10th until the 16th, there's something going to be on your mind in the morning, and that is going to be something that is going to come out of the blue, something you wouldn't normally think about. No, it's not sex, something that you something that you wouldn't normally think about, but that is just going to be the little message from your spirit guides, a little message from your angels, you know, a little message from your subconscious mind. Your third psychic card is going to be very enhanced in that particular week, and that's why you can expect a certain word. That word is just going to be a huge message. That word is going to be huge. That word is going to change your life later on, because it's something that you wouldn't normally feel drawn to, and now as the time goes by, this is going to become very powerful. It is just certain stage of your life that is going to become really significant. You will see exactly what I mean, Pisces. Important week, okay? And also, this is going to be the week of transformation, as well, okay? And you will feel like you want to clear away the old to let the energy for the new. So try to smudge the home, you know, I always talk about smudging the home, you know, it's so important. Try to get rid of the things that you don't need anymore. Try to get rid of the objects in your home that you don't need anymore. Sometimes, you know, there's maybe a little chair over there that's been sitting there for 10 years, nobody uses it, it's not good anymore. Just get rid of it. New energy. This is so important, okay? So it is going to be a little bit of a rebirth this week for you indeed. On another hand, it's fantastic for partners. My goodness, success. Your partner is going to have a great success this week, and it's not only about that, it's not only about their own success, but when it comes to their own reputation, this is going to be brilliant. When it comes to their own admiration, you know, there's going to be lots of people that admire your partner, and this is brilliant. But on another hand, your partner has been working a long time, your partner has been working really hard, and this is just basically reward from your heart, from your partner's hard work, and this is going to be brilliant for both of you, because there is a really big change going to start happening here, and you're going to make a really big decision, but the answer is yes. And also traveling, there's a certain traveling that you are going to have or plan. Okay, so now for those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle, Pisces, for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, you are going to be focusing on the work a lot. You're going to be focusing on the work. There are certain changes you're going to go through the work. There's a certain apprenticeship that you are going to have when it comes to your actual work. So I don't think it's the great time to actually meet someone new, because you will be focusing on work, and there is somebody who's going to inspire you, but it is more going to be inspired by you know, how powerful they are, how significant they are, how successful they are. So it is an absolutely brilliant week, not only for those of you that are single when it comes to the actual work, apprenticeships and the huge and the new stage, but in general for Pisces, this is going to be really good, because there is something really big going to happen, something really big is about to happen, something really big is about to manifest, and this is just only 1 week. You see, I'm not saying that you're not going to find anyone this month, you know, necessarily, or the months after, but it's just this week I can see you meeting lots of people, but I can see you focusing on work, career, and if you're not working, you don't have a career, you're retired, you're just going to be focusing on a new stage in your life that is going to become very significant. For those of you that are retired, this is going to be a new stage that is just going to become very delicious, and you will really want to go for it. A really wonderful and powerful realization indeed. Okay. Okay, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you all. I love you so much. I'm sending you brightest blessings, love and light. Okay, thank you ever so much for watching my videos, my beautiful people. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.